Hello everyone. In this video I will be showing you some fun Annihilator build. It's the build which I like to refer to as a weekend toy. The reason is while this mech is definitely a devastating one, particularly in a close range, but at the same time this particular configuration may not necessarily be always a practical choice, as it may not necessarily suit all types of missions. Nevertheless, it is a very capable build, very capable mech. Let's take a closer look at it. In this case it's a ballistic variant, ANH-2A, but it doesn't really matter because you can configure exactly the same way ANH-1A variant. Doesn't really matter which one you choose, you can still do the same thing. So let's take a closer look in here. In this case I've replaced the original LB-10X autocannons with this 4 AC-10 burst fire autocannons, and then to save up on tonnage, just to be able to take some ammo and to be able to max out the armor, as I usually do with all the Annihilators, I had no other choice but to downgrade its original medium pulse lasers to 4 of these small lasers. Let's take a look inside. As I've mentioned earlier, and as I've said this many times in my previous videos, the armor on all of my Annihilators, regardless of their builds and configurations, is always identical, meaning that it's almost maxed out all the time, and as far as the torso is concerned, it's allocated, most of it is allocated more towards the front, because this is where you will be shot at most of the times. Lastly, here we've got 3 double heat sinks, and then we've got only 6 tons of AC-10 ammunition. And this is exactly the reason why this particular mech may not necessarily be suitable for all kinds of missions. Perhaps it's suitable only for some specific tasks. Because, like, let's say, if you take it to something like either Battlefield or Warzone types of missions, you may run out of ammunition rather quickly, and you may not be able to stay past negotiated contract time to earn some bonuses, as I've shown in my previous videos with other Annihilator builds. Nevertheless, it's still pretty devastating, and it's a lot of fun playing it. I do still like this build. And let's see how it performs in combat. Let me just quickly show you the upgrades real quick. So here I've got exactly the same set of upgrades as I always use pretty much on all of my ballistic Annihilators, ballistic variants of the Annihilators. We've got some armor reinforcements, which is only like 5%, then in the internal structure 10%, and then these are dedicated to improving the firing rate, you know, like, let's see, it improves the firing rate here from 33.33 RPM to 43.1 RPM, which is a little bit quicker, but you know, it's better than nothing. And then, you know, the heat containment. This is actually very important in this variant. That's another downside of this mech, is that it can run pretty hot. With those 4 autocannons burst fire, it can get pretty hot even despite these 3 double heat sinks. You can still get a thermal shutdown if you are not careful. Okay, let's quickly take a look at the weapon groups. as you can see, actually this one is missing. As you can see, I have an ability to shoot these autocannons in the Alpha Strike if I want to, but also I have an opportunity to shoot them in singles in a chain fire. And then as far as small lasers are concerned, I just always shoot them in the Alpha Strike. There is no reason to shoot them otherwise. And also, as I've said this before in my previous videos, by default I always like to lock my arms to the torso. 90% or more of the time my arms are basically locked to the torso, and then if I need to unlock them, I just press a button, I temporarily unlock them, but then I lock them back in. This is true for most of my mechs. The reason is that this way you get a better accuracy when trying to shoot either in salvo or in the Alpha Strike, as like in this case, for instance, two of these autocannons are placed in the arms and two of them are placed in the torso, so you do need to align them in order to get the accurate hit. This is just, you know, my personal preferred way of fighting. I know a lot of people mostly unlock the arms by default, but this is not the way I do this. Okay, let's finally go ahead and take this contract. And by the way, as far as my lance is concerned, I have 4 of these identically built Annihilators. All 4 of them have exactly the same set of weapons, which is, you know, quad AC-10 burst fire. The contract, actually I came into this system, this nearby system from my previous video, because it's got a raid contract, and sometimes raid missions are great for testing out some builds, because usually you get a lot of enemy activity in here. So yeah, this is the raid mission. Here we've got a somewhat small combat area, which is only like 13.5 square kilometers, suggesting that we actually might be doing a lot of close range fighting, which is great for this kind of build. So let's see how this is going to work. As usual, 1 point for damage, 2 for the salvage, and the rest goes to the actual Sibyl payout.
We're reading heavy weather warnings out there, Commander.
Let's take
Expect
all
limited
of those
visibility and sensor malfunctions on this mission.
Annihilators. And as far as my lance mates go, it's going to be the same the same 3 girls as in my previous videos. They've seen to have done a very good job in the previous missions and previous videos alike, as you've seen, so it makes sense to continue on with them here as well.
Attention. Prepare for battle-like departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Our target is a number of buildings somewhere on this world. General locations have been added to your map. I will update you once we have eyes on the objective.
Let's see which waypoint should we visit first. Yeah, looks like this one is probably the closest one. I mean, it is the closest one.
Target acquired.
Some tank over there. It's kind of far. I don't think it presents any threat to us. So far it's kinda quiet in here. An infantry guy shooting at us.
Target acquired.
This might be one of our assigned targets. Usually in these missions it's either, you know, some buildings that you need to destroy, some warehouses, or some communication towers. Okay, we see some.
Target acquired.
Looks like a couple of assault mechs. The Victor and then
Target Victor.
another Victor. What would be the best way approaching them? Which way should I go? Let's maybe see what's going on in here.
Target acquired.
We've got some mobile enemies in the area. Enemy destroyed.
Let's shred those Victors.
Threat eliminated.
Acquired.
Copy. We're on it, sir. Impressive shot. That cockpit is gone.
Okay, I better use
Smoked.
my ammo a bit more sparingly, because we don't know how many more targets we will encounter.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, so what do we need to do in here? Yeah, must be some kind of building behind these buildings. Let me actually put my lance mates over here, so that they won't be stomping as much.
Reposition successful, Commander.
Is this a turret? Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it's a building. I'm not gonna waste any ammo on it, I will just use small. Or I might as well just walk through it.
Target destroyed.
Yeah. What's this? Some ad. Okay, where do we go next? Let's see, which waypoint should we visit first? Okay.
Routing behind you, Commander.
Perhaps this one, because it seems to be closer. Let's see, turret.
Target acquired.
Some helicopter. Another turret. Well, it's not as busy as I thought it will be.
Target acquired.
I'm detecting unidentified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
Target acquired. acquired.
Contact Whirlybird.
Oops. Yeah, you see, this is where I like to unlock my arms temporarily. But other than that, they're always locked.
Target acquired.
Tango down.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Okay. Where is it? It's right there. Yeah, some comms tower
Target
and
acquired.
some building. I would assume. It's hard to tell. But we might encounter some enemy mechs there as well. Once we get closer. Not sure.
New target, Dragon. Target acquired.
Moving into file formation, Commander. Engaging shared target ID.
Incoming missile.
Commander's kill is about to explode. Clear the area.
Acquired.
What's your focusing target? Took one down.
He's ejected.
Target acquired.
Focus fire on Commander's target.
Take care of this
Kill
tank.
confirmed.
Okay, and then
Good
we
work,
have...
Commander. That's one less target.
This is it? Okay, looks like we are done with this objective. Let's move on to the next one.
Wrecked. Moving in file.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
You better not waste any ammo on those ground vehicles.
Target acquired.
Okay, yeah, there we've got a bunch of mechs. So we better approach this area.
This
Oh,
never
pleasure for
gets
you.
old.
New target, Shadowhawk.
A bunch of these obstacles our way.
We're on it, Commander.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, shredding things is fun.
Target mech is
This is
toast.
exactly why I made this build, because it's a lot of fun.
Lost targets engaged.
Okay, deal with that Wolverine while I will be dealing with some other things.
Mech kill confirmed.
Target acquired.
a lot of fun.
Target neutralized.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Okay, are we done in here? Oh, looks like, yeah, we have only one waypoint left. How do we go there? Yeah, let's walk around this urban area. Wow, what a mess. What a mess. Poor buildings. I don't have whole much time left because I need to go to work very soon.
Target acquired.
Another comms tower. Let's see if we can take it down from a
Target
range.
down.
Ah,
Destroyed.
this is it.
Enemy transport touching down.
That was easy. That
All
was
objectives
easy.
destroyed. We are inbound on marked evac point. Get here as quickly as you can,
Okay,
Commander.
we've got
Additional
the
forces are
enemy
being deployed near
dropship
you.
right on top of us. Let's see, who do we get?
Target acquired.
Focus fire on Commander's target.
The Atlas. Let's shred this Atlas.
Boom! Enemy mech eliminated. This never gets old.
Okay. Yeah, that was quick. That Atlas and that hatchback, they were toasted instantly,
Target
almost
acquired.
instantaneously.
Target destroyed.
Whatever, yeah, and as you can see, I mean, even though it was labeled as a 100 difficulty level mission, it wasn't as busy as I expected it to be. Maybe we'll do another video someday about this build.
Victory is ours, Commander. Prepare for evac.
So I have 99 rounds of
Nearly
ammo
there,
left.
Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
Let's see what we get in terms of salvage. Probably not a lot of points. Let's see, what should I take? What should I take? Yeah, not a lot of good stuff. I guess maybe let's go. Or actually, I will sell this. I don't really need them. I will sell them and make some money instead. Okay, yeah, not a lot of kills, but I mean, we haven't encountered that many mechs. And as you saw, the amount of ammo was totally adequate for this mission. I still had like 99 rounds of AC-10 left in there. No components lost, just, you know, a superfluous armor damage. Yeah, let's set this to repairs. Okay, well, so there you go. There you go. Here is my take on this Annihilator build with this quad AC-10 burst fire. It's fun. It's fun, especially if you love shredding things, then this build is definitely for you. However, just like I said, it may not be necessarily suitable for all kinds of missions, simply because of the two reasons. One reason is that obviously you don't have a whole lot of ammo on board, you may be running out of it depending on the mission. And the second problem is that if you are not using those autocannons carefully, you can get a thermal shutdown, because this mech can definitely run hot. Even with those 3 double heat sinks, it's still kinda hot, and it may not necessarily be sufficient on certain scenarios. But other than that, I mean, it is still a very capable build. And one of the applications which sometimes I like using this build is, let's say, for some missions, when I like to take some sniper mech, maybe like a Night Star or another Annihilator build, with some long-range weapons. If I wanna snipe targets at longer ranges, especially past beyond the sensor range, then I like to assign 3 of these quad AC-10 burst fire variant to my lance mates, and in which case I take my lance mates as my bodyguards. While I am sniping targets at longer ranges, I use my lance mates to protect me against something that may be coming in close. Like any enemy targets which may be closing in. So yeah, let me know what you think of this build, and please let me know down in the comments if you would like to see more videos about this configuration in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next video.